Review at the crossroads. I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. And as always, I looked and searched to see if anybody had this name that come to me in meditation, and I haven't found anyone yet. Still working on funds. Next payday's going all towards my Shopify account and getting my books uploaded, hopefully for sale. Yes, it'll be so awesome or for like a pre-sale. Anyways, I just wanted to reach out and say hey to everybody this morning. Gosh, I'm so tired. I know everybody can see and tell that I am just so tired. I am working so many hours. I'm so, like, physically, I hurt all over. Wow, it's been a long journey. And then I'm not ever able to sleep. I haven't ever been able to sleep. But this morning I just was thinking, and I was like, why don't I just do a quick video? Just to emphasize something that I look back on in my life that I'm like, wow, maybe I should have did this or I should have did that. So anyways, as I look back, I'm like, you know, I hid a lot of the talent that I had, what I was born with. Well, you know what, let's start with the beginning, with the name of this video. So yeah, let's start with that. I'm gonna go back and do that. And I've talked about this before, but you know, us ladies know how it is, and I'm sure there's some men who feel the same way, but for the most part, I know a lot of women who feel this way. When we're used, or somebody lies to us and says, oh no, I love you forever, or I love you, and oh, you know, they make all these empty promises to us, and then, you know, they charm us, they romance us, especially when we're young, then they, you know, get in bed with us, and then it's like, oh yeah, I didn't really mean it that way, I meant it this way, or oh, everybody says that, it's just a game. You know, I think about Eve, and sometimes I wonder the spirit that she was with, if that was not necessary, if that was maybe an elemental, because I think our worlds were different then. Like right now we have, like, where the veils are thinning and getting closer, but at one point we didn't have rain on this planet. It was like a mist that came from the ground. So when I think about that, I think about gateways, doorways, openings, the alignment of the universe. So it's just something that I'm looking into, and this is just a quick intro video. It's not something that's going to be super detailed or anything like that, but I just was like, man, maybe that is something to look at and to think about, perhaps. But anyways, you know, everybody that watches me knows my stance on the whole thing with the Eve baloney, how, you know, she must have just tinkered up to him. And this is what my minister said. She just, you know, tinkered up to him and blah, 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 and was just evil, and evil was bound in her heart. And then she what do you call it, bamboozled. No, she deceived Adam and had him sleep with her. Well, I don't think so. I think Adam had to go look and find her, if the stories are completely accurate, but it depends, because the Jewish have their version too. So it's like, how far back do you go? And if you ever study Aramaic, and then and Hebrew, and then you study the English language, there's a big difference in the language and the meaning within that meaning. So you know, I think he had to go look to find her, because, you know, if you're instantly ashamed, then, you know, I just don't see her going and doing that. That's just me. Okay? Sure. But anyways, on that note, with those of us that are born with the gifts, God knew us before we were born. He knew us before we were in the womb. Think about that. It's pretty interesting. Like, go real deep with that one. And if he knew us, and I'm thinking about this because I remember when I used to watch Paranormal State, I remember this woman who was like, nope, it's evil. My daughter cannot be psychic. It's evil. She will go to hell. She can't do that. And she was so set in stone. It was just the weirdest shit ever, until you get into sociology and you study, like, Ash principles and just a whole bunch of other stuff. But anyways, so when you're looking, I was watching this woman, I thought, how can she say that about her daughter? She was born that way. God knew her before she was in the womb. He knew it. Those were her things for her. So it's nobody else's business what your mission and what your path is. Of course, you always want your family to be cool with you. But, you know, until you get sick and tired of their games, then you're like, whatever, you know, go off somewhere, sod off, you know. But, yeah, sometimes that does happen to us when we get sick of the games, the lying, and all that, you know, sadly. But anyways, Anyways, so I was thinking, for those of us that are born with this gift, just be it. Just do it. Don't worry about anyone else. Just do what you got to do and be you. Nobody else has to like you. You're only going to please, what is it, 4% of the world anyways? I mean, whatever. Just do your thing, live in your path, be true to you. Don't worry about what others say. Just do your thing. It doesn't really matter. I know I'm going to turn it. I know it like drives everybody crazy. But just be you and do your thing. If spirits is your thing, then do your spirit thing. Okay? But everybody's in their own lane. If you're not in that lane, you can't understand it. So, and it's just how it is. But my advice to people who are part of that, I would highly advise, that you do your thing. You figure out what it is. You just keep going and keep knowing. And there's things you can do without having to necessarily get books or anything like that. If you're afraid to bring books and stuff like that home because you're afraid of somebody saying something, sit in meditation. Lock yourself in the freaking bathroom and freaking put a dry towel, big towel down in the tub and just sit there and meditate to get away from everybody if you have to. And when you start meditating, you're going to be open to the God trans path or whatnot. Whether you believe in God, Goddess, whatever, if you just sit there, the universe will speak to you. God's universe is so absolutely incredible. You just can't even believe how vast it is. So, and I know, I always say God, but I mean, there's God, Goddess, there's everything out there, everything that we have did. I mean, tapas are real. What we say and do becomes real. And I believe that the kingdom, I believe that there's not just God, that there's also kind of like a mother God, or I don't even like to put father, mother in front of that. I just believe that there's, a male and female, and there's reasons I believe that. So, but anyways, my thoughts on this is, if you're out there experiencing this and, for whatever reason can't do a whole lot, just sit in your tub, meditate on it. I'm glad I've been through some of the shit I've been through. I don't have my ex with me anymore, thank God, because he was a little crazy, but in a different way than me. He liked to actually hurt people. I think, just do a lot of meditation, and then once you can get out of that situation, you can get your books, you can keep your notes. If I was you, even if you wanted to write things down that you're learning as you go, I would definitely, make sure my laptop is password protected with something I only know, with you only know, I only know, so that, I love it, I know, we know. Just get a password on there, protect it, and keep it there, and keep where you need it to be. Oh man, the internet's saying I have a bad connection. Well, we have a lot of activity out here, and some people may not see it always. And when I moved into this house, this is the third house I've been in this state, and I can tell you right now, there's like, there was a dark shadow in here. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. The first house I was in, I'll have to do a video on that, because that guy was insane. But anyways, I don't know, let me turn like this. But there is definitely some activities, and my hair's so crazy. Be careful who you piss off. Well, yeah, by doing really mean, spiteful things to people who don't like me, and then you decide you're going to put Nair in my shampoo. Anyways, I'll get off that. So my hair's finally growing back. But there is activity in our yard. Yeah, there is definitely a lot. Sorry, I'm getting my hands in the way, but there's just, so like the first house had crazy stuff. This house did. The second house I was in did. So I'm going to have to do a video on that. Anyways, but make sure when you're doing your studies and travels, your meditation, keeping your electronics password protected, make sure that you keep just things closed up so others can't get into it, because boy, they don't like that. I know. It's just like my USB cord drive getting stolen at the library in Bedford, and the woman knew who it was, and then she tried to lie to the police, and I had to let them know. No, I said it was exactly at this time, and and she told me she's seen them on the tape. So it was absolutely awful. So the way that they did me, I still have that officer's thing. So if my books and stuff ever get published that they stole, yeah, I will take them to court, because here I am sitting and publishing and doing my books right now. So anyways, everybody, Just remember, be who you are, do your thing, keep going, because it'll all make sense in the end. You know, sometimes we have to go through lots of perseverance, hard work, you know, and it's just the way it is to get where we need to be. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go on that. And don't forget, 11 August, we have the super moon coming. I'm going to be making some Archangel St. Benedict oil, protection oil. I'll probably throw some good stuff in there. I'll write a little blog on that or send you guys something with that, okay? All right, in the meantime, everybody have a great day.